Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're talking about my monthly favorites from August. So this is going to be a roundup of either new makeup items that I can't get enough of or just items that I keep in rotation heavily. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So if you are new to my channel, I'm a makeup artist as well as esthetician, and I now offer online beauty consulting services. So if you have any makeup questions or skincare questions, or if you've bought a product recently and you're not sure how to use it, you can make a consultation appointment with me online and we can talk to each other virtually one-on-one, and I can coach you through any and all beauty concerns you might have. So if you want to make an appointment, there's a link below in the description box. All right, let's dive into my favorites from the month of August. I can't believe it's September already. I have to say that I do have a lot of new items here that I just kind of fell in love with. Let's go ahead and just dive right in. First up is skincare. Now this is not that new. I think I got these back in July. These are from Chantecaille. So first up we have the Hibiscus Smoothing Mask. This is an enzymatic exfoliating mask. So you leave this on your skin for like 10 minutes and the enzymes in the mask eat away all the dead skin cells, all the gunk, all the oil, all the debris. And then afterwards, you can go in with the Jasmine and Lily Healing Mask. And this is just very hydrating, very nourishing. I also find it to be quite brightening. I feel like my skin tone always looks brighter and fresher afterwards. I think that this is a really great winning combination. I was able to get samples. I was able to get several samples before I finally decided to buy them. So I would recommend getting samples of either one of these if you're thinking of getting them, because it is quite pricey, but in my opinion, I do think that they are totally worth the money. But I think if I hadn't had the samples, I probably wouldn't have bought them because it is quite an expensive purchase. And then next up, I have here a deluxe sample of the Stress Repair Concentrate Plus. So this you can use for your eye contour and also I think the contours of your lips. I've used this specifically just for an eye cream, and I have to say that I'm quite alarmed at how well it works. Like, I find that I look more bright and hydrated when I wear this. I think when I first tried it initially, I didn't see a really big result, but then I took a long weekend and I took this with me and I could notice a difference. Like, even without makeup, I just felt like my eye area looked brighter and just more hydrated. Like, even hours after I had applied the cream here. So I think I'm in trouble because I think that this is quite expensive, but I will hold on to this sample and use it up completely. And last but not least, in the skincare category, we have this from Sisley. This is also an eye product. This is the Eye Contour Mask. Now, this here was definitely a splurge. I think I bought this at the beginning of the summer because Sisley had a 20% off for friends and family, and I took advantage. This stuff is amazing. I use a tiny little dot of it and I put it on and I just feel like I look visibly less tired. I just look more refreshed, more awake. I do feel like it does help with fine lines and puffiness. It's kind of just like magic. They say to apply a thick layer and leave it on for 10 minutes and then wipe it away. I go in with a very thin layer and just kind of leave it on. I love to do that overnight, and then I wake up and I just look more, I don't know, refreshed and awake, and I don't know, it's great. I'm not sure why I just got so obsessed with these skincare items this past month. I mean, I've loved these products since I've purchased them, but I guess I just paid more extra special attention this past month. And now it's time for a fragrance. This is the newest addition to the Chanel perfume line. This is the Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privée. This is a nighttime fragrance. So this smells like Coco Mademoiselle. So it's very citrusy, it's woody, but for some reason on me, I find that the nighttime fragrance has less patchouli, which I'm a huge fan of having less patchouli. And it's just so extra. I mean, a nighttime fragrance? Are you kidding me? How extra is that? I love the bottle. I love that it's frosted. I love the white and gold. I love everything about this. It's definitely a very luxurious, very bougie and extra purchase. I think that this is for someone who already loves Coco Mademoiselle. To me, this is an add-on. It's like in the category of hair perfume or body oil or body cream, you know, it's that sort of thing. It is quite pricey for what it is. I mean, it's almost the same price as the eau de parfum, except it's not as concentrated and doesn't last as long. I do feel like this lasts a few hours, but for me, the eau de parfum, the classic one, lasts all day. But I don't care. If anything, I wish I'd bought the larger format because I quite enjoy misting myself with this fragrance here. It's just really light and fresh and I can't get enough. Okay, so moving on to something a little bit different. This here was a candle from Diptyque. This was the Gardenia candle, and I decided to just let it burn completely. Like I just lit it and just let it burn for a few days just to completely finish it. And then I cleaned it out. I just used some warm water, tap water, and then I scrubbed it out completely. And now I have the most beautiful makeup holder, and I'm not sure what category this would be in, but it's definitely a favorite. I have one more Diptyque candle behind me, and my plan all along was to collect these candles, use them up, and use them as makeup holders, makeup brush holders, and I'm just finally getting to it. And now that I've done one candle, I just want to get like half a dozen more and use them all up and just have like a beautiful row on my vanity of these candles. So this is definitely a favorite. If you have any candle recommendations from Diptyque, any favorite scents, please let me know down in the comments because I just want to expand this collection here. So in my Gardenia candle here, I have a few items that I want to share with you that were my favorite this month. So these are the two new Chanel Stylo Yeux waterproof liners from the fall collection. The first one here is called Romance, and it's a nice light pinkish bronzy color. It's a nice color if you don't want to have a too intense eye look. And then we have Psyché, which is a nice dark burgundy plumish color with a bit of brown. It's a dark color, but it's not black, so it kind of adds a bit of dimension if you want to have a more smoky or sultry color. It's really nice to have dark eyeliners that are not pure black because they just add a little extra, a little mystery, and they're just very versatile. And then next up here, I have an item from Chantecaille. This is the Camouflage Stylo. So this is one of their color correcting pens, and I have the shade number 3. So this is a product where you click here and then you apply the concealer. Now, I oftentimes don't like makeup that has an applicator like this. Like oftentimes when there's concealers or any products like a highlighter that comes in an applicator brush like this, I find that a lot of the product gets lost in the applicator brush itself. But this one here I actually quite enjoy, and I think the shade 3 is a good color match for me. I think it's a very nice concealer. The formula is a little bit more fluid, but what I do is I apply it here and on the outside here, and I just let it sit for a few seconds, and that just seems to offer a little bit more coverage. I think it's a really nice concealer. I think you could definitely use this and make it very sheer and very natural, or you could build it up to offer a little bit more coverage. Overall, I'm very happy with this purchase here. And next up are two liquid lipsticks here from Chanel. So these are the Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue, and I have the shades Intense Caramel and Intense Rosewood. I think that in the rest of the world, these are not new, but when I went on the Chanel website in Canada, these were designated as new colors, so I bought them and they're new to me. And I think that they're beautiful. I'm wearing Intense Rosewood today, berry plum color, and I think it's going to be a perfect shade for fall. I think Intense Caramel is the most perfect nude. It's like your lips but better, and these are really great. They are long lasting, they're a liquid lipstick, and they are mask proof. They are mask tested. When I wear these with a mask, I don't apply the gloss because I don't want any sort of transfer. So if you just wear the liquid lipstick color with a mask over top, there is zero transfer whatsoever. I add the gloss throughout the day just for comfort because these are liquid lipsticks, so they do dry out your lips a little bit more than like a regular bullet lipstick, but these are mask approved for those of you who are curious. And then in the last category here, I have a whole bunch of Chanel palettes. Okay, so first up is the palette here called Candeur et Séduction. This is part of the fall collection. So this palette is definitely intense. You have 3 dark matte colors and 1 really pretty shimmer color. I love especially the pink and purple color in this palette here. The terracotta red is really nice, but it kind of reminds me of other palettes that I have from Chanel. What I like especially is to mix and match these different liquid eyeshadows here from Chanel. I think there's one called Rose Quartz or Quartz Rose that's a little bit more of a pinky color that I think would look really beautiful with this one here. I think some of you at home have already mixed those together and have had pretty good results. So I think that going forward, I'm going to start just incorporating more of these with this palette here because the more orangey shade I think would look really lovely with a terracotta red. And then I have one here called Vastness, which is like a gray taupey color, and I think that would look really lovely with the dark purple color. So I'm just having fun with this palette here. And then moving on to these new limited edition packaging blushes from Chanel. I picked up these 3 here in Canada. So the first one here is called Rose Pétillant. Then we have Malice and Rouge Profond. So I'm wearing Rose Pétillant today. Now, these are not new. The only thing that's new is the red CC packaging. The formula is not new, the colors are not new. I bought these 3 because I did not own these in my collection here. So if you happen to own these colors at home, do not feel the need to purchase these new ones here because there's nothing new to them except for a little bit of red packaging. So if you look at the Chanel websites around the world, if you just change the location of where you are, you can see that they offer different colors with this CC packaging for some reason. And last but not least, I have this eyeshadow palette that I bought from Chanel last fall. So this is part of the holiday collection for 2019. This one here is called Lumière et Opulence. Now, I bought this last fall when I was in Paris, and I don't know why I've been using this more in the past few weeks. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe it's yearning for a simpler time when things were not as crazy, but it's a really beautiful palette. It's what I'm wearing today. I think it's really soft and beautiful, and I think it's just a very wearable palette. And I thought I would just give it some extra love because it's so easy to get caught up in all the new releases and not really use up your palettes. So recently I've been giving this one here a little bit extra love, and I kind of fell in love with it. Alright guys, I think this about does it for today's video. This is my roundup of luxury beauty favorites from the month of August. Let me know down in the comments if any of the items shown in today's video were your favorites from the month of August. If you are new to my channel, I talk about nothing but luxury beauty. I do lots of reviews and tutorials, and whenever I get a new collection, I will go ahead and create several different looks with the same items, so that way you guys at home really get a sense on how to use up all of your makeup. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure to like, comment, and also subscribe. So I think this is all I have for you guys for today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.